Good evening and welcome back to this shared channel, this shared space. Tonight we are going to talk about Marbas, the fifth Goetia, the alchemical breakdown of the fifth Goetia and what it represents. Before this message, I was outside smoking a cigarette and I looked to the moon and I saw a caduceus above the moon. Archangel Raphael's staff of healing. So it let me know to at least record this video tonight. So Marbas is the fifth Goetia. He is a president of the infernal realms, or the unconscious mind. A president of the infernal realms. His color is orange. His incense is storax, S-T-O-R-A-X. His metal is mercury. His planet is Mercury. And his element is air. Air would be mental. Mercury is the intellect and the mind. And we'll get into more of that in a minute. There's a lot to go over. Marbas is the combination of a cherubim and a lion. Okay. This represents, the lion represents individual ascension, strength, courage, and virility, protectors of alchemical secrets, keepers of the underworld or the unconscious mind, things that are hidden. Cherubim represents the masculine energy, the spark of life or the fire. The first outward thrust of the Keter, an all-encompassing energy. A conduit force to make us fruitful, stimulate creation, and make us aware of when to act productively and with purpose. Marbas's magical powers are spiritual guidance and analytical perception. He answers hidden and secret things. Also causes and cures disease or dis-ease. Teaches mechanical arts and changes men's form or humans' forms. His process is distillation of vinegar. So to do this, I have a little jar here. This is vinegar, garlic, sliced ginger, cayenne pepper, a combination of different mushrooms like lion's mane, reishi, turkey tail, etc. The reason I am doing it here is first the corrosion, right? The corrosion of these substances to pull the essence from the bodies. The process of separating components from a substance by way of heating substances in vinegar. So around the full moon, this Thursday, is when we will heat this. I'm corroding it down, corrosing the bodies down to extract the essentials from it. And then the first full moon, the 10th, we will heat it and distill the essence to remove impurities from the fluid. This creates a new substance with different qualities. So this is for health and vitality in the body, which we'll get into in a little bit, is a part of Marbas's transition period. The intent with this is to dissolve bodies through corrosion, to symbolize our own negative patterns, what and who we surround ourselves with, to then distill on the full moon, remove the impurities in order to bring about good health and a good mind. So we go about life in healthier ways. After we're done with the distillation process, distillation through vinegar, the finished product is 1 teaspoon a day for bringing in the pure of your bodies. Okay, so what this will do, the intent here is to slowly eat away the bodies. So in your reality, slowly allow things to corrode, right? So that it's kind of a burning realization. What are your own negative patterns? And what or who do you surround yourself with that keeps these negative patterns going, right? And then we corrode that away, we allow that to remove, and then with what's left over, we extract the fluid from the body by separation, filter it through whatever you can, coffee filter. I'm going to tell you some easy ways to do this at home. Pour this substance through a coffee filter, and you can bury the bodies, dry the bodies, and burn the bodies, or whatever you want to do with the bodies. Throw them away, discard them, however you feel fit. To distill it, not everyone has distillation glassware. You can use a teapot. Fashion a tube, non-flammable, non-meltable tube. Copper is preferred if you have copper. If not, there are other tubes you can use. Fashion tube to the teapot, the little hole where it makes the right. You can use a oatmeal paste by pouring very little water in oatmeal and stirring it. You can heat it, make it a very, very thin paste, like a very thick paste, but break down the substances to where they're like glue. And fashion that around the connection to the teapot. Run the tube in and just a little bit out of a jar or glass or bowl or whatever you can, dish of water, and then put the end of the tube into a collection glass of your choosing. That's how you can distill something at home. Mind you, we're not trying to make moonshine or anything like that, so you don't really need a very high professional set. So that is what the physical, alchemical work you can do for this process. Mercury, the metal, represents transformation and change, the spirit of soul that animates all matter, masculine and feminine in balance. Mercury, the planet, also represents change and transformation, but of mind and spirit, allowing one to move between different states of consciousness and realms of spirit in order to transmute a dense mind into a higher consciousness by becoming flexible and adaptable to new understandings for your own personal growth. So, with Mercury, the planet, you could follow Mercury on astrology, right? See the alignments. I prefer zodiacal. You do what you want. Zodiacal is what's in the sky right now. See the degrees, right? What nakshatra or fixed star constellation is Mercury in alignment with? What zodiac is Mercury in alignment with? What house is Mercury lined in, right? And then whatever Mercury can be connected to, opposites, trines, sextiles, squares, etc., etc. This can help you to meditate into a different state of consciousness, right? And allow yourself to journey by charting Mercury's movement and meditating on the placements, what all of that means. What does the nakshatra stand for? What does the zodiac house stand for? What does the house stand for, right? Then, and what are they connected to, of course, right? But that is the most important. What are they all connected to? What do they mean? What does this nakshatra mean? What does this zodiac mean? What does this house number mean, right? Take that intention and then allow your mind to become open to the transitions. Like, is it opposite? Is opposite Pluto? Well, it might have moved. I haven't checked today. Is it opposite this planet? What does that mean? You can Google or Safari these questions. You know, just type in this alignment. What does it mean? Get the understanding, write it down. That's your intention. Meditate on it. With the intention that you write down what you're going through. Write down what you're experiencing. Write down what you would like to change. Write down what you don't know. Hidden secrets, Marbas, right? And allow your mind to transform. Be open and adaptable. This is what Mercury does. Mercury is a planet that learns from everything. It's open to understanding. This way, your rigid mindsets, your stagnant understandings, I think that comes up in a little bit too. Yes, it does later. Your rigid mindset can start to unfold and reveal the hidden things within your mind so that you can adapt to situations and elevate your consciousness to be more open and fluid. The color orange represents spiritual enthusiasm, purposeful action, and balanced energies. It represents creativity, emotional balance, and the ability to navigate life's transitions. The incense Storax, Storax. It helps to purify, or it represents purification and transmutation. So it cleanses your space, raises your vibration. How can I put that metaphorically in layman terms? Raising your vibration, because it's actually, your vibration may raise, but your demeanor may calm a lot more. A common misunderstanding about raising vibrations is it doesn't mean hyperactivity. It means you vibrate at a very higher frequency, which means your mind is more open, receptive, understanding, and aware, and you reciprocate positivity, right? You learn from things and grow. And that is a vibration that is very powerful. This will help you focus. It helps connect to spirit, whatever you believe God to be. And it does bring in the qualities of healing and transformation. So what is the goal in working with Marbas, right? Why are we working with Marbas? If you learned from Gamagan, right? Gamagan was about It was about relations, meaning friends, work, relationships, communities, people around you, right? It represents it was to break free or bring to awareness the negative hidden things that no one speaks about in their communities, friendships, relationships, etc., right? So this is like if you're in a relationship, right? But both of you, as you say, there is a need to disperse, but nobody was facing the elephant in the room, right? Gamagan brought that to light. Might have caused a lot of friction in your life. There is a lot of friction in the world today. This might have intensified, not just because we worked with Gamagan, but because in astrological alignment, we were aligned for that. It was Mercury opposite Pluto. Tension. Tension about nobody drawing the elephant in the room, just avoiding it, right? Just to stay in relationships. This could be like you're always lowering yourself to fit into a group, right? Or you're always keeping your opinions or your beliefs or your morals or values quiet to pacify other individuals. Well, Gamagan was to like, hey, this isn't working. Right? So now Marbas is to help you understand, to learn from that, how you created those negative patterns. It wasn't so much to blame anything. It was to bring to awareness you yourself created your own, caused your own illness and dis-ease. So that you can alchemize it. Distill it. Get the impurities out. Get back into health, get back into good mental health, so you can live a healthier life. So this raising of consciousness, this alchemical process, is to reach the level of the Seraphim Mahasiya. I use these tarot cards because over the past 3 years, I had to leave my old house in 2022. I had a huge chest full of books that was broken down from many bookshelves in my home. I had alchemical glassware I gave to a friend. I had grow tents that I grew magical herbs, my garden, everything that I had to get rid of. So now all I have left is the bare essentials. So that's why we use the tarot cards instead of other things. This is Mahasiya. Mahasiya is the 5th Seraphim. Seraphim represent the formless unity of all things in matter. The Seraphim, that's like the spirit within all things, right? Like animism. If you don't know what animism is, it is the understanding and spiritual connection to everything, because everything has a spirit. So scientifically, this would represent the electromagnetism that holds together all things. Have you ever heard that nothing is actually solid? It is a bunch of photons and particles held together by electromagnetism. Well, that would be spirit. So the wall's alive. The wall has spirit. The desk's alive. The desk has spirit. This crystal's alive. Everything is a living spirit, right? Just because it doesn't move. A rock. Rocks have crystal or spiritual properties, right? Plants vibrate spiritual energy. There's a essence, a purity within all things, animism. That is like the Seraphim. right? Now, yes, the angelical choir, they are the protectors of God and the spark of life in all things. The electromagnetism, the fire, electrical fire that binds all form together. Mahasiya actually is here to help you develop and express yourself, and is known as God the Savior. Mahasiya's magical abilities are to rectify any great work by going back to its beginning, its genesis, to regain what has been hidden in the folds of our minds, the unconscious. Bring these things to surface with peace, wisdom, good counsel. Learn, understand, and realize our higher goals. This is to face things that you have been stuck in, like where fanaticism, intolerance, backbiting have completely blocked your actions in your physical world, right? So when you get all of those things out of your way, where are you a fanatic? I mean, what are you obsessed with? Blind faith believing, right? It's like fanaticism. You've seen people burst out into tears and scream at their favorite music artist, right? That's fanaticism. It's an obsession built on a blind faith. Like basically nobody knows that singer, but their entire core is devoted to it, right? So when you break through that, you understand what has been sticking you in blind faith, you'll see the intolerance that you truly possess. When you believe things like a fanatic, you are being intolerable to understanding. This means you could be judging things by how they look, appearances, not taking time to understand your surroundings. And that brings backbiting energy, right? Like, we all know what backbiting is. So these things have completely blocked your higher goals, and that's why we are doing the distillation process. And corrosion, break it down, make it weak so that it's easy to unfold, pull the essence out, burn it, distill it, purify it, and consume the pure liquid. These are alchemical processes. Okay. Other magical powers are to subdue anger and aggression wherever there are people in conflict, as to bring peace to the situation. Open your mind to learn or develop new or personal skills and reverse illnesses or dis-ease that have been affecting you for months. These things will help you overcome fears, solve inner conflicts, and rectify errors to the divine order. So, this is why we're working with a Goetia. Face your unconscious. See the world around you through the eyes that you were unaware of. Watch them come to light. Purify it and learn from it so you can grow. And we're going to be working with Mercury Pentacles, so I just wrote a quick invocation. Open the doors wherever they are closed. Abundance, perception, to grant things contrary unto the order of nature, by invoking all spirits under the firmament, so I may understand and know wisdom and power in my house that endures forever, rooted in the heart in highly technical service of the heavens, grounded through my feet onto this earth, instilling wisdom, quick-wittedness, and creativity. So you can make your own incantation. I'm not telling you what to do. Working with pentacles, all pentacles of Mercury, but I decided to go with 5, 2, 1, 4, 3 in that order. 5, 2, 1, 4, 3. This way, you can write your own incantation. You can draw the pentacles of Mercury and call on this energy to help as you're transmuting whatever you are for your own personal growth. So this was Marbas, the 5th Goetia, alchemically broken down. I've given you a practice. I've taught you how to use a teapot to distill the vinegar. Another thing you can do if you can't do the dip into the glass bowl, fill up a jar like this with about that much white wine, clear, pure wine, and run the tube down into the wine so that when the steam comes into the water, it turns back into liquid. Either way, this is Marbas, the alchemical breakdown, helping you raise your consciousness and learn from what has been holding you back. What has been non-productive in your life? What negative patterns have you allowed? And what or who in your surroundings is the mirror reflection of those negative patterns? Remember, you're the source of those negative patterns, even if we break it down in a very simplistic form. You cannot blame the outer reflective world for your own negativity held within, not confronted, and not living in truth. Basically, not living in yourself. Your own energy brings you out of alignment. So it's not the outer world's fault that you're not doing nothing about it. It's your own. Alchemical processes like working with Goetia and Notoria help you psychologically mature, emotionally mature, physically mature, and live a better life. So that's what I have for you tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Marbas, the Lion, Cherubim, and Mahasiya. If you would like, I have a list of the choruses of the angels, starting with number 10, Malkuth, the humans. You are part of the divine. You are the physical, slowest frequency of the angelical energy. Number 9, the angels. From human, the angels. Now, angels, the chorus of angels is like your guardian angels. This could be passed on loved ones, ancestors, animals, whatever is a protector of yours. Number 8, archangels. These communicate to you God's plan and messages, or your channel downloads. Number 7, the principalities. These are guardians of your transitions. Number 6, the virtues. These are like represented as the planets, the universe, the stars, the solar system, the galaxies, astrology, right? And so it's like universal, the workings of the universe. Number 5, the powers. These ones can regulate natural order. Number 4, dominions. They govern the entire universe. Number 3, the chorus of thrones. They are the love of God and the power and judgment of God. Number 2, the cherubim. These are the protectors of special places. They protect your home, they protect your altars, your churches, your communities, your families, etc. And they also protect, they're the second line of defense for God. And number 1, the seraphim, the protectors of the divine and the spark of life within all things on earth. So look into animism, alchemist. Marbas is our Goetia for the week. I hope this energy was helpful for you, and may you transition peacefully. Take care.